Good evening and welcome to live coverage of the Dritte Liga. It's match day 22 and we're at the Stadion Rote Erde for Borussia Dortmund 2 against Freiburg 2. So a battle between two reserve teams at this level. Both have settled well into life in the Dritte Liga midway through the season. But can one of them possibly start a run in the second half of the season? We might get a clue today. So it's cold and wet conditions here in Dortmund at the Stadion Rote Erde, right next to the Signal Iduna Park, where the first team play. And Borussia Dortmund currently in 7th spot, but they don't have a great home record. They've only won 3 times here so far this season, drawing 3 and losing 4, with only 10 goals scored, 9 conceded. So they can be inconsistent, as all second sides seem to be at this level. Freiburg are the same as well, as they are currently 12th with 7 wins, 5 draws, 9 losses. And they have a really bad goal difference as well, Freiburg. 17-4, 31 against, poor in attack. That's been their problem this season, as Borussia Dortmund got us underway with the kickoff in their normal black and yellow strip. And they've named a very strong side with Taz and Tigges up front, Ferai Rachel, Papadopoulos in there as well, Maloney and Koulibaly featuring at the back. So they should be confident here of getting a win over Freiburg, who they beat 5-2 away from home in the reverse fixture, with Schade getting a double there for Freiburg, but he's since now become a fixture in the first team. For Dortmund, Pasalic, Bornemann, Tachi, Taz and Makrekis all scoring. It was an excellent game of football as well, very open, and we're hoping for more of the same this evening. Well, we see Enrico Maassen on the sidelines. He's seen his side win their last 2, including a 3-1 away win over Waldhof Mannheim last time out. They conceded early and made a fine comeback, though, in the final 15 minutes or so, including 2 goals in the last minute. Pohlmann got the leveller. Ferai scored an absolutely extraordinary goal from all of 40 yards. A great chip. And Rachel sealed it with a penalty deep into stoppage time. But Freiburg have been in poor form of late. 1 win in their last 5. They've lost their last 3. And they lost at home last time out 3-2 to Magdeburg. No real problem with that. Magdeburg, the runaway leaders at the top of the Dritte Liga this season. Bauer got an equaliser and Kehl a late consolation to make it 3-2. But let's see how they get on today. They've got the worst away attack in the league. No goals away from home in their last 2. Only 3 goals scored in total outside of Freiburg. So you would have to say the Dortmund come into this as the favourites in this battle of the second teams. Well, yet to see a chance here, but that's a poor back pass, forcing Atubolo there into action. Luckily, the back pass was going wide of goal. Still had to stop it going out for a poorly conceded corner. Nice Koulibaly with a long throw in. As the offside flag being raised against Dortmund. And Freiburg get us going again here. Atubolu again, as Dortmund trying to pin Freiburg back into their own penalty box here at the moment. As the ball is cleared, Koulibaly coming in with the foul towards the centre of the park. Oh, coming up towards 5 minutes played and remains goalless. You would imagine that attack from Dortmund will cause problems, and here they come. There's the chance, and it's been bagged already. Tigges there, rifling home left-footed. A brilliant finish across the goalkeeper, Atubolu. One chance, one goal for the home side. And it's Tigges who's been picking up a little bit of experience around the first team. And he shows great composure there, just to collect the ball on the far side of the penalty area and hammer it across the keeper. It's a poor ball out from defence there that gets Freiburg into all kinds of trouble. Feet there, playing the ball into feet for Tigges, who, despite his size, is very tidy indeed in those kind of positions. His third goal of the season at this level. And Borussia Dortmund 2 off and running, but they've got some defending to do here. Koulibaly, in the end, recovering with the sliding tackle and managing to get the pass away as well. But it's gone out of play now for a throw for Freiburg, who are looking to react immediately to falling behind. Isaac Vem here, right in the corner. Oh, quick feet there from Isaac Vem. And now the ball into the box. Koulibaly away again. Bit of a weak clearance though. And this is Leka Schmidt back to Atubolu, picking the ball out of his net already in this game. That's good pressing coming from Taz there. And it's worked here as he's been gifted possession. The ball rolled across and another shot to come in. It's blocked this time. Well, what a start this is from Borussia Dortmund. It was Raschel who took on the effort. But Freiburg here trying to play the ball out from the back and giving the ball away in dangerous areas. And if it continues like this, a scoreline like that 5-2 reverse victory for Dortmund could be on the cards. As both these sides at this level for the first time. Freiburg, though, a lot of their players have moved up into the first team squad. The Dortmund players finding it a little bit more difficult to make the move up to the big team. As Tigges, though, shows that it is possible. He's won a corner here for his side. It's his Pohlmann, who got the leveller in the last match against Waldhof Mannheim. It's a deep one in, and well headed away. It will come straight back in from Raschel. Flicked on here, danger for Freiburg again. And eventually it ends up in the arms of Atubolu. Freiburg looking suspect at the back here with 8 minutes gone and 1-0 down. The ball played out towards the wing by Engelhardt. Now a longer ball forward. And Fanner with the header away. Now this is Papadopoulos playing deep in midfield. Well, let's have another look at the goal here for Dortmund. Poorly given away. The pass across to Tigges from feet. Just opening up his body there. Tigges, great technique to keep it low as well and to drill it into that bottom far corner. As that's a poor kick out again here from Drelacher this time. Here's a Kvem. Trying just to clip one over the top of the defence there. It comes straight back to him. Now on to Jans. And the defender coming away there with the ball. And then the foul eventually coming in from Kammerbauer. That's a clear one. As feet just showed some quick feet to come away from the right back position as we tick over 10 minutes gone. Now Leopold, and all the way back to Atubolu. Still committed to playing out from the back, Freiburg, despite those early errors, one of which was punished. And they've managed to come clear with the ball this time. Lukas Schmidt. Now across to Kammerknecht and a long ball forward now. And in the end, Drelacher there just managing to stop before he ran out of the penalty area with the ball in his hands. And Drelacher again with a poor clearance, this time slicing it out of play. Difficult conditions out there. Cold and wet, and the pitch perhaps not in the best condition at the Stadion Rote Erde. Quite long by the looks of it, the grass here. And perhaps just starting to break up as well. Oh, plenty of work right there being shown by Kammerbauer, brought down in the end. And a free kick in a pretty dangerous position. Some defending to do here for Dortmund. See Kammerbauer really fighting for it. And a combination of feet and Ferrari bringing him down in the end. Well, it's Burkhardt who is just getting a little bit of treatment here. Looks as though it would be okay to continue. Just has to go to the sidelines briefly. So what do Freiburg have up their sleeves here from this free kick? It's in from Leopold and cleared by Koulibaly. Oh, Koulibaly doing well there to stretch ahead of the attacker, conceding the corner though. So here comes the delivery, just delayed slightly. Comes headed clear at the near post area by Papadopoulos. And Freiburg again forced to go back to Atubolu. That's a massive kick upfield. Maloney though can just shepherd that out under pressure. Good defending. I think those long balls from the back in this game, not really recommended with the pitch as it is. It's a very slick surface. The ball skipping up and picking up pace. Well, Burkhardt back on the field here. We saw a sub warming up, perhaps only for a short period of time. As we see, I think, Raschel there pushed into the hoardings, but he's okay to continue. As we come up towards 15 minutes played, and that early goal in the 5th minute from Tigges still making the difference here. Great finish with his left foot across the goalkeeper after a mistake in defence from Freiburg. Maloney going back to Dralacha. And that's a better pass upfield this time from him. It's still headed clear, but he kept it centrally. And then we see the foul coming in eventually from Taz. Ezekwemi was trying to push forward. And Koulibaly just hooking that one away. Getting rid of the ball under pressure. Oh, there we see the stadium here, the Rote Erde, in the shadow of the Signal Iduna Park. A real motivation for the Dortmund second team to get into the first team picture, perhaps. There's Maloney just pressuring Kammerbauer there. The ball out for the throw-in for the away side. As Freiburg have shown a pretty decent reaction to falling behind to that early goal. Not letting their heads drop. As Ferrari here really getting involved in the game with a bit of head tennis. Now the long ball forward for Taz, and he's taken out off the ball. What's the referee going to do here? Well, he waves play on. Well, that's a bit of a surprise. I think that may well have been a foul there. The referee looking to keep it flowing in this big game of the weekend in the Dritte Liga between the two second teams. Let's have a look, and the defender there knows exactly what he's doing, Kammerknecht. Leaning in on Taz. For me, that should have been a foul. And Koulibaly to get the ball rolling again. Just a little bit too much on that as he clipped it forward from the free kick. Looks as though Raschel just getting a bit of treatment on the sidelines, perhaps where he crashed into the advertising a couple of minutes ago. It looks as though it's a wrist injury. And that's a very painful one. I think he's going to be okay. Just a little bit of strapping. He's a fiery little character, the Dortmund midfielder. won't want to go off so early in the match. Here is Raschel with the short ball back to Fanner, his captain. And Jelacha under a bit of pressure there from Burkhardt. And the ball slipped down the line here. Fanner has it under control. Clearing, I think, off Burkhardt for the throw. As it's a pretty hectic game at the moment. Not much time to breathe. As Dortmund flying forward again. Now 4 feet, who got the assist for the goal. Looking for the cross-field ball there. And it's good defending, headed easily back to Atubolu. Atubolu. Another long ball forward. Looking for Ontejans to chase down. In the end, Maloney could allow it to run out of play. And Thomas Stamm, the Freiburg coach, looking on, will be happy with the reaction of his players to going one down early on. And they seem to have got those errors out of their system early. Keeping the ball much better now. Yet to really create a gilt-edged opportunity though in the game. Coming up towards midway through the first half. His feet here. Well, he was looking for the long throw down the line. In the end, goes back to Jelacha. And that's well controlled. Here's Ferrai. His kind of range for a shot, actually, going by the last match. Instead, he passes it infield for Tigges. And it was a decent opportunity for him. The defender, though, blocking right in front of him. It's a lovely run from Ferrai to set it up. And, well, he's disappointed, Tigges. Well, I think he thought that he was going to hit the back of the net for the second time there. The defender getting a crucial block, though. Out for the corner, which is delivered here. The outswinger towards the near post is cleared. As the ball just run out of play this time from Burkhardt. And that's Fanner, trusting his keeper again. Left-footed clearance this time towards the centre of the park. Hammered back with interest by Lukas Schmidt. And Jelacha coming right to the edge of his box again to collect that. That's a lovely little touch from Ferrai. And then the ball somehow just getting caught in the surface there. Couldn't get it out of his feet. A nice turn in the first instance with the chest control, and then, yeah, you can see that as he looked to bring it under control. Just getting stuck in the turf. And Papadopoulos back to the keeper. It just took a bobble as it came into the penalty area there, which could be very risky for the defenders and goalkeeper. As we see, Taz just getting caught in possession. Fana, though, stepping in well. As Freiburg here at the moment, just knocking on the door, looking for an equaliser. Hiziquem tripping over the ball. You can see that the conditions here really causing problems for the players. As the ball into the centre here for Ferrai. Looks to just lift it over the top towards Tigges. Nice idea, just a little bit too much on it there. Freiburg at the moment guilty of giving him a little bit too much space in that midfield area, allowing him to drive forward. That's where he can do so much damage. He looks a very confident player indeed. As the ball might break here for Feet. It's rolling it to the edge of the box here. And the next strike to come in, maybe. Straight at Atubolo. Had it covered this time. Oh, well played there from Dortmund to create the next opportunity. Tigges helping it on for Pohlmann. It was who took the strike on in the end. As we see the replay here of that run from Ferrai. And a nice idea just to try and chip it through. That's poor from Atubolo. Too much on the pass. Out towards Hiziquem. Right, so frantic out there. Errors are being made from both sides. Tigges running out on the wing, winning the throw in. Feet with the long throw opportunity. Doesn't take it, and as the ball is returned to him, he's in an offside position. A little bit slack there. Letting Freiburg off the hook somewhat. Atubolo getting better distance on that one, but it might come straight back at him here. Papadopoulos just trying to force it forward. And the header on from Ontajan's coming to nothing. Just skipping up here. Freiburg, it looked as though it would break their way, but it's a black and yellow shirt that gets there first. And then the clearance hoofed clear by Maloney. Atubolo has the ball at his feet. Under no pressure for once. Montejans could be in here, but the ball just sent him a little bit wider than he might have liked. Passes back to Ezekwem. And trying to play the 1-2, he gets on the end of it, trying the cutback, and it's good defending in the end. I think it was Vanna who got there, just read it. A good attack there from Freiburg this time, as there's a bit of pushing and pulling going on there. Ezekwem and Papadopoulos with a little bit of handbags. Referee just going to have a chat with the two of them just to calm them down, I think. Coming up towards half an hour. I think he doesn't see the need to dish out a pair of yellow cards at this stage. Good refereeing. In the end, it's just good and competitive. A little bit of needle developing there. Free kick up towards the edge of the box, and it's well collected there by Drlacha. For Koulibaly now. And the foul coming in. And this could be the first yellow card of the game now. Raschel going down under the challenge from Burkhardt. I think the ref just going to let him off here. With a ticking off. It's that twist at the end. I think he did actually get the ball, but it was a dangerous challenge. The ball breaking here for Taz. And for Papadopoulos on the attack. And his low ball in is half cleared. And Tigges unable to make anything of that one as he tried to block the clearance. But all of the Dortmund midfielders looking to push forward as much as possible. You would imagine that Papadopoulos has been told to sit in there more, but he appeared there on the right wing to bolster the attack. And the low ball forward there from Atubolo, and it invites Dortmund forward again, and the strike coming in from all of 25 yards there from Raschel on the run. Couldn't quite control it, didn't quite make contact with it as he would have liked to. Just pulling the shot wide. And again a mistake there at the back by Freiburg. Licker Schmitz there playing the ball across his own box and allowing a black and yellow shirt to get there ahead of his defensive teammate Kammerknecht. This time Dortmund unable to punish them though, as Drlacha gets himself into a bit of a sticky situation. Maloney was there though, and you can just see a little bit of a sigh there from the keeper. But the Freiburg coach Thomas Stamm will be happy with the pressing here, and I'm sure he'll be demanding more of the same. On to Jans there, his eyes lighting up as he saw that mistake. As Papadopoulos again in trouble here with the referee. Well, he's not going to get a yellow card, but he's walking a fine line at the moment. Dortmund midfielder. And we see Ezekwem as well taking a risk. In the end, it's a free kick for Freiburg. Can they add to their 3 away goals so far this season? They haven't really created too much themselves in the game so far, and falling behind early to that Stefan Tigges goal, not ideal when you've got that scoring record away. As that rather rebounded more than anything, rather than being a controlled strike. Easy for Dralacha. And we've got about 10 minutes of the first half remaining. It's been an entertaining game so far. As I mentioned earlier, a really hectic game of football. Not too much controlled possession from either side. But it's certainly Borussia Dortmund who deserve to be ahead. Freiburg haven't really created enough in the final third, and at the back they've looked a little dodgy. Kammerknecht away. That's a better ball up into midfield. Koulibaly again stretching to get the ball away. The Frenchman does look to have real potential. And the Dortmund press again there. Really harrying Freiburg. Tigges and Taz working in tandem to try and force the error once again. As Atubolu looks up and delivers out of play. Well, he can't be happy with his distribution so far, Atubolu. Difficult conditions, as I mentioned, but it's no real excuse. Another long ball forward, and Dralacha's come a long way there. And the referee waving play on. He's left the Freiburg player in a heap there. The referee seeing it that he made contact with the ball. Now there's a stoppage in play. It's a head injury. And let's have a look as Kammerknecht sent this ball downfield. Well, it's really unnecessary that he comes out that far. And he certainly makes contact with Engelhardt. And the referee not seeing it as a foul. Well, difficult one to really say whether the referee was wrong or not there. But Dralacha just a bit of a rush to the head, perhaps. And you can see that Thomas Stamm disagreeing with that decision, looking for more protection for his players. Having a word in the referee's ear. Nice. Still making the arguments on the sidelines, Thomas Stamm, and in the end shown a yellow card. Oh, well, I'm not sure that sarcastic applause is going to help his case either. And the referee walked away, wanted to end the discussion. Thomas Stamm didn't do that and showed the yellow. Engelhardt is okay to come back on again. No real harm done. As it starts now with a drop ball for Freiburg. Atubolu deciding to take the drop kick to get maximum distance on it. But Dortmund winning it straight away. This is feet, wanting the throw in. Koulibaly again stepping in there and bringing the ball over the halfway line. Just over 5 minutes to go before half-time, plus any stoppage time. It'll be a couple of minutes, I think, because of a few injuries we've had. As the free kick is given the way of Dortmund there. Raschel. And trying to pick up the 1-2 there. Just challenged, but it will fall again. It's Taz here with the short pass. Well, that looked like a bright-looking attack, but the momentum has gone out of it somewhat here. Now the longer ball towards Stefan Tigges doesn't reach him. Start all over again. Dortmund going back to Drlacha. Oh, Freiburg would love to get the equaliser before half-time. At the moment, just keeping the ball at the back again. And the ball just lifted over his own shoulder there by Maloney. And the ball sent down the wing here, and that's a lovely challenge from Fanner. But he has to recover here as the throw-in comes in quickly. And the eventual ball across from Burkhardt just behind the player up with him in attack. I believe it was Engelhardt who was up there. Well, starting to throw a few more bodies forward here, Freiburg, towards the end of the first period. This is Wagner. Passes on the responsibility for the throw-in. Maybe now a chance to clip the ball in, and it's straight into the midriff there of Drlacha. So all of that was nice and cool there. Finding Leopold. And Drlacha just getting there in time. Head there of Kammerbauer. There's a bright end to the first half here for Freiburg. The away side falling behind early doors. Looking to get back into it here. This has been the brightest period of play for them in the first half. For me, Dortmund deserving their lead here. The challenge coming in there and going for Stefan Tigges, even though it seemed as though he was doing the pushing. I'm not sure the Freiburg players very happy with the performance of the referee so far in this game. But they can have no complaints about the 1-0 scoreline at the moment. They haven't created enough clear-cut opportunities. And it was poor defending to allow the ball to be rolled to Stefan Tigges to blast home into the bottom corner. 5th minute of the game. It's the only goal so far. But we'll be hoping for some more in the second half, as this one draws to a close. Well, Thomas Stamm will be demanding more in attack from his players. That much is clear. And perhaps a little less dawdling on the ball at the back. As we tick over the 45-minute mark. Drelacha into the opposition penalty area. Easy for Atubolu to deal with. Well-headed clear there by Fanner. And Dortmund have been more solid at the back than Freiburg in this game so far, in a battle of the second-string sides. Atubolu there just under a little bit of pressure, manages to get it well clear though. On to Jans. Chance for him to go on the run. And in the end, look to play it down the channel there for the overlapping Ezekvem. He couldn't get there, and that's the last action of the half. So it's 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund 2 against Freiburg 2. Join us in about 15 minutes or so to see if we will see any more goals. Welcome back to the second half of this Dritte Liga match. Matchday 22 at the Stadion Rote Erde. Borussia Dortmund 2 against Freiburg 2. Two of the second teams at this level. The half-time scoreline 1-0 to the home team Borussia Dortmund. The early goal coming from Stefan Tigges. 5 minutes in. Lovely goal it was too, but punishing a mistake at the back from Freiburg, who started nervously in defence, giving the ball away time after time as they looked to play out from the back. In the end, they did settle and they ended the first half strongly, but didn't really create any chances against Dortmund, who, for me, deserved to be at least 1-0 ahead. And it's been a hectic game of football, and we're hoping for more goals in this second half. One of the things with these second teams is that sometimes the fitness comes into play towards the end of games. Freiburg concede a lot towards the end of their matches, so that could be something to look out for. Although, of course, it is a level playing field with both sides being second teams. We will have to see. Of course, in the reverse fixture, Dortmund scored 5, with Freiburg replying with 2. We'd love to see that many goals this evening. As Atubolu bowls the ball out towards the left wing. As Drelacher there, a poor volleyed clearance from him. He came a long way for that one and didn't deal with it. He's got away with it. As the ball span out towards the right wing there, and it allowed his defenders to recover. Let's have another look at it here. He's under a little bit of pressure, but he should be doing more than that. Just took his eye off the ball. As I mentioned, it's a wet and windy and cold night here in Dortmund, as we see another mix-up at the back here. Atubolu, what's he doing? And eventually gets it away. Well, this is madness here from the goalkeepers in the opening minutes of the second half. In the end, he as well got away with it. And it looks as though a Dortmund player is down, injured here, and requires some treatment. As it was Taz who managed to get it around him. And still he's dribbling away there, Atubolu. What's he doing? Not allowing his defenders to deal with the threat there. And he might have been better informed, just staying back on his line there, rather than rushing out. Well, it's Pullman who was down. I think he's going to be okay to continue by the looks of it. Well, an entertaining start to the second period indeed. And that's down to the performance of the two goalkeepers thus far. Well, play goes on here with Freiburg passing the ball around at the back. As the scoreline remains 1-0 despite those hijinks from the two goalkeepers. Well, I certainly can't see this ending with only one goal. It promises more. And the next run down the right wing there for Tigges. And well, dealt with in the end by the defender Lika Schmidt. Next throw in, Tigges looking to hold it up. Just nabbed off him there by Ontejans. So plenty of substitutes warming up on the sidelines. You would imagine that Thomas Stamm will be the first to roll the dice and make a change for Freiburg. I expect that Enrico Maaßen is pretty happy with how things are going so far, with his team leading by 1-0. Still a long way to go though. There's the ball out to the right-hand side. Troy here, going forward for the first time. Nice cross in. And the ball breaks onto the left-hand side there for Ezequem. In the end, just missing Burkhardt, I think it was, in the centre. Lovely pass here. Out towards Troy. And doing so well. And then the block coming in from Ezequem's eventual effort. Well, perhaps the first real opportunity they've created in this game, Freiburg. And it comes 6 minutes into the second half. As Ferrari just plays the ball away. Looking for Tigges to run in behind here. Causes a nuisance and wins the throw. It was Engelhardt up against him. Koulibaly. That's a poor pass down the right-hand side towards Feet, who set up the goal for Tigges. Pohlmann here just chasing down the ball, managing to get there first, ahead of Troy, who's pushed right up on this right-hand side in this second half. Tubolu, that's better from him. And that's a nice flick from Ontejans. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Koulibaly coming across to deal with that. And even winning the throw. In fact, it was Burkhardt with the flick there. Nicely done. And the ball just sitting up here for Leopold. Out to Ezequem. Just a little shimmy. Now the back heel. Onto Jans. Heaving the cross in. Headed back across. And looking for the penalty. And the referee points at the spot. Burkhardt's going down as he looked to get onto that header from Troy. In fact, Wagner it was. Sorry. And well, it looks a very close decision. Let's have a look here. As the players are coming in, it's Koulibaly who catches Wagner. And certainly a penalty, so a chance here for Freiburg to get back level. And it's a gift, really. So it's going to be Leopold who steps up here against Drelacha, who will win the battle. It's Leopold who rifles it down the centre. No chance at all for Drelacha, who'd already gone. And that's 1-1 in the game. Only their fourth away goal of the season for Freiburg 2. And, well, they've really tried to push forward in this second half. They've got their reward. Coming up towards 10 minutes into the second period. Brilliant penalty. Lashed into the roof of the net. And big celebrations as well. Well, game on now for the remaining 35 minutes here. Can Dortmund get their noses in front again, or will Freiburg take the momentum here? Well, I promised more goals, and we've got one as Ferrari here sets off down the left wing. Wagner's really come alive here at the start of the second half, winning the ball there, and it's Tigges being tripped, I think, by Troy, and it will be a yellow card, in fact, for Kammerknecht. That's his third yellow of the season so far. And now Freiburg with some immediate defending to do, having got the equaliser. Taz stands over it. Might go for that near post area. That's what he does, and it's headed wide. Good defending in the end. And a decent whipped-in effort there from Taz. Troy having to stay alert there, as it looks as though Dortmund's going to make a change here with Finson coming on. And Ferrari, for once, passing the ball backwards rather than driving forward. And a long ball here upfield, flicked on by Taz. Out for Paulman, he just couldn't quite pull the trigger. The defenders had got back there. Kammerknecht conceding the corner. Well, it's all action in this game. Great start to the second half. Just as hectic as in the first, but with a little bit more quality in the final thirds. So the corner comes in, cleared at the near post, and it's completed at the edge of the box as well. And here come Freiburg on the counter-attack. Plenty of black and yellow shirts, though, to mop this one up, and indeed, that's what happens as it goes to Dralacha. Well, it looks as though Dortmund, in fact, lining up a triple substitution any minute now. As Tigges tries to turn inside, finds Raschel, good run from him, and the cross, though, straight into the arms of Atubolo. So here we go then. It's going to be Finson, Bar Traore, and Kamara to come on. Who will they be replacing, though? Well, Feet is one player being withdrawn. The man who set up the goal for Tigges. Bar Traore coming on for him. Koulibaly off for Finson. It looks as though Raschel also being withdrawn. And Kamara on. So fresh legs, though, for the final half hour. Let's see if they can make an immediate impact here. As Freiburg come out on the attack here. This is Kammerbauer. Engelhardt trying to play it back out towards the right for Kammerbauer, who's in an offside position. Ferrari just setting off on another run then. It's ended by Engelhardt, and that's the second yellow card of the game now, both of them for Freiburg, and both in the last couple of minutes as well. So Kammerknecht and Engelhardt both in trouble with the referee. They have to keep their discipline for the final half hour, as that's Engelhardt's 7th yellow of the season. So Taz then, again standing over the free kick. This one's more central but further out. Just clipping it in. Tigges had gone to ground already and couldn't get there. Dralacha keeping the pressure on, but he's put too much on that long ball downfield. Goal kick for Freiburg. Traore with the header clear, but a foul coming in the follow-up. Free kick for Freiburg. To Bolo, and far too much on that one. Catching practice really for Dralacha. Finson. Nice turn there from Paulman. Just sent back here to find Papadopoulos, who was closed down, but he's managed to get there on the loose ball. A lot of work going into this second half from Freiburg here. And they've got themselves level with that penalty from Leopold. Dortmund allowing Freiburg back into the game. And the referee, it looked as though he was taking another name there. Not sure who it was who was shown the yellow card. Fanner. At the moment, the passing from Borussia Dortmund just seems to have deserted them. Freiburg winning both the first and second ball at the moment. As it's just turned a little bit scrappy. And the referee not allowing that free kick to be taken so quickly. Well, at the moment, that triple change from Borussia Dortmund hasn't really had an effect. The referee just making sure that the free kick is taken from the correct spot. It looks as though Freiburg are going to look to hoist this one forward up towards the area. A bit of pushing and shoving going on in there. Kamara just being spoken to. Now in comes the ball. Dralacha is there. Easy take. And immediately looks for Paulman on the left wing. And back out towards the right. Shifting it here. Now it's a high ball in. And it's a poor one, really. Not into the danger area at all. Atubolu could pluck it from the air. With 25 minutes left on the clock, and Freiburg probably happy to take a point away from home at their fellow second-string side. But at the moment, they're not shy about pushing forward themselves, looking for a second goal. As we see that it was Wagner who was shown the yellow card earlier on when I saw the ref making a note. It was for that challenge on Tigges, and that's his 5th of the season. It means he'll have to sit out a game. It looks as though Freiburg going to make a change with Kehl coming on. It looked as though Ezekvem wanted to get on with it there. Instead, the change being made. So Kehl coming on for Burkhardt. He's been running the channels all game long. So the first roll of the dice from Thomas Stamm midway through the second period. Already the 3 changes for Borussia Dortmund. As Bar Traoré there tries to go forward. It's brought to a halt. Illegally, I think there, says the referee. Free kick, Maloney to take quickly. And, well, just before they get on with it, Dortmund are going to make another switch. Well, it's going to be Nienma who's coming on. Signed on loan from Werder Bremen. Let's see if he can make a difference here. And sometimes making so many changes at once can take the momentum out of a team. That seems to have happened to some extent for Borussia Dortmund. Freiburg, you might say, in control of the game at the moment. As the passing has just been sloppy in the second period from the home team. Oh, Marson throwing on players regardless, trying to get as much experience for all of them as possible. Not quite the dominance of the first half from the home team, that's for sure. And a blow for them conceding the penalty, which was converted by Leopold. So incidentally, it was Taz who was withdrawn for Dortmund. Nienma coming on for him. As we see another poor cross here, this time from Freiburg, ending up out of play. Hatcher not called into action at all there, that time. Tigges just dropping deep there to send the ball on to Pohlmann. This is Neymar. And tried the cutback. It will fall here though for Finson. And throw in for the home team. 20 minutes left on the clock. Tigges with the flick on. As it stands in the table, Borussia Dortmund lie in 5th spot in the Dritte Liga. 2 points off 2nd place, but with a game more than Kaiserslautern. Freiburg right in the centre of the table, 11th. And they might just be looking over their shoulders slightly at the relegation zone. As it stands, 6 points clear of Türkgücü München. And the Munich side have 2 games in hand on them as well. But it's a very tight league. The top half quite compacted together. Then a little bit of a gap. And the bottom sides all packed in there. From 13th place Zwickau down to 18th place Duisburg. There are only 3 points separating them. Such a tight league at both ends of the table. Now the possible chance there from the throw-in, but good alert keeping from Dralacha to get there ahead of Kammerbauer. Well, it's been a very brave second half performance from Freiburg. Deservedly level. As Dortmund haven't really created much since they conceded the level up. A little bit of a ricket at the back there for Fanner for once, but he's managed to get the ball back to Dralacha. Oh, Kamara infield for Papadopoulos. The long one downfield towards Poolman, can't get there. Ferrai with the long header forward. It's a good idea as well for Tigges. Couldn't quite bring it under control though to get the final effort away. And it's scrambled out of play. I think it will be a goal kick for Freiburg. Let's have a look here. Good vision from Ferrai. And yes, it's going to be a goal kick Freiburg's way. Coming off the big man last. Comes to absolutely nothing. Perhaps that will just put a little bit more spring in the step of Borussia Dortmund. As we see Neymar there. He looks like a very pacey and athletic player. Vinson, just all his avenues were closed off, having to pass back to Fanner. And a long one forward down the right hand side. Nico Schmidt away, up into midfield for Kammerbauer. Now Troy. Looking to the corner, Maloney under pressure there, managing to shepherd the ball out ahead of Ontujans. As we're about to tick over into the final 15 minutes of the game, will we see a winner in this one? The battle of the second teams in the third league in Germany. It's been fairly even Stevens the last 5 minutes or so. Not really too many clear-cut opportunities though for either side. It's been mainly a midfield battle in the game. Dortmund winning that in the first half. Freiburg just on top in this second. as it looks as though Ontejans is just staying down here. Now Fink coming on, made his debut the other day against Waldhof Mannheim, on for Pohlmann. Well, the Swiss youngster on now. Now Finson up towards Tigges. So now it's quite a dynamic front three up there, you would have to say, for Dortmund, with Nienmar, Fink and Tigges. And Freiburg reacting to that with a double change, as Risch and Bauer are going to come on here. Kammerbauer, one man off. And Ontejans the other. We saw him on his haunches a minute ago. Looks as though the game is done for him. It's not limping off though. So that's all the subs then made for Borussia Dortmund. So Tigges staying on then for the full 90 minutes. The man who scored the opener in the game 5 minutes in. The leveller coming from the penalty spot for Freiburg in the 54th minute. There's been a real battle out there between these two second string sides. Just over 12 minutes remaining in the game now. Time ticking down, and Dortmund would love to get another home win under their belts. Not a great record here at the Rote Erde. Oh, just imagine if they could improve their home form. They might be able to pull off what the Bayern Munich second side did 2 seasons ago and win the league. Of course, they can't be promoted from this level. I think the men upstairs will be very happy with how the team have settled here. For Freiburg, as I mentioned earlier, it's a little bit more difficult for Thomas Stamm as his players get called up more often to the first team. For example, they've lost Schade to the first team, I think, for good. He was a man who got a double against Borussia Dortmund in the reverse fixture. Since then hasn't really featured. More often or not, he's on in the Bundesliga. And you'd have to say that he performs there very well indeed. Fink trying to put some pressure on there, forcing the early ball in, which is cleared by Finson. Nienmar looks to stretch his legs, and he's taken out on the sidelines. It's got to be a free kick, surely. Nothing is given. Well, for me, Leopold just leaning into him off the ball. Referee looking to keep things flowing with just over 10 minutes left of this game. Well, neither side want to make a mistake here now. Coming towards the final 10. As there's a Corner that's been won here by the away side. They surely want to make this one count with a quality delivery. So it's the third corner of the game for them. Papadopoulos trying to organise the defence. Leopold to take. In it comes. Decent delivery. Tigges away. Out for the next corner. Using his size at the other end of the field. As you can see, Fink also in there. Also 1.90 m tall. In comes the next one. And away again towards the edge of the box. Who's it going to break for? It's going to break for Freiburg to get back into the box. Tigges, though, doing very well there to recover and then being brought down by Leopold. Well, noticed the danger there. Tigges took it away from Leopold. Went to ground. Volleyed clearance towards the centre circle. Well, you have to stay until the end of this game, of course. Dortmund won their last game against Waldhof Mannheim with 2 goals in the final minute, including a spectacular one from Ferrari from all of 40 yards. You can't rule out late drama in this game either. Well, we haven't had many chances. It can just feel perhaps there's something in the air. Finson. Plenty of space in front of him. Goes back to Fanner, though, to keep the ball. There's Leopold towards the left. Gets it back again. As it's charged down there. Ferrari trying to get in there. Kammerknecht just dawdling on the ball slightly. Ferrari straight in there. One drop for one of his teammates, though. Zdrelacha takes responsibility there in that situation. Getting it out of play. Not hanging around. As there could be a late chance here. Wagner. And that's a good challenge on him. Nice block there from Maloney. Out for the next corner. Well, it just looked as though Wagner was in behind there for a second. From Leopold again. And the ball is bobbling around. And Kamara's there just to try and take the ball out to the far side of the penalty area. Next attempted cross is blocked by Fink. And that's out for yet another corner. Freiburg trying to turn the screw here. So just less than 5 minutes remaining. And there's plenty of pushing and shoving going on in there, as you can imagine. The ref just going across to sort that out, pointing the finger here, I think at Kamara and Schmidt. Oh, the players all bunched together there, right on the line at the near post area. In it comes from Ezequem. Tubolu. Trying to keep the pressure on. And that's good play from Kiel. Oh, Troy manages to get the ball across, a dangerous one as well. Half clear. And the shot comes in and deflected wide in the end. Maloney again, just getting a foot on it to send it wide. Well, I thought that it would be Dortmund pushing forward more at the end of the game. Falsely, it turns out it's Freiburg who are really looking for the winner here. Winning corner after corner here late on. Can they find a late winner though? Again, it's a packed penalty area. Short corner routine again. The ball that came in though, too low. And now perhaps the counter-attack. Ferrari goes forward, just a shove there as he looked to break through. Foul from him. Little bit of a frustrating game. Had a couple of nice runs in the first half. He's been pretty anonymous in this second. And he's given the ball away there, looking for Neymar. And there's a player down for Freiburg. Ball is out of play. It's Wagner. Rico Marson going crazy in his technical area the last 10 minutes or so, as the pressure has been piling on his team despite those attacking reinforcements for Borussia Dortmund. It's worked against them in some way. Freiburg have been more controlled in their possession. And the clearance from Dralacha. It's allowed to bounce. Tigges gets a foot on it, looking for Fink. And that's good, strong defending there from Leica Schmidt. Just standing his ground. So 90 seconds left on the clock, plus any time added on. That's the long header forward there, too far ahead of Ferrari. Perhaps still time, though, for a clear-cut opportunity. Well, certainly Freiburg would be the most satisfied of the two teams should it end this way. Deadlocked at 1-1 between the two second sides. Certainly not the spectacular scoreline of the first match between these two, as Fink there turns on the edge of the box. Can't beat Atabolo though. Didn't quite make contact with it as he would have wanted to. But a nice spin, an immediate shot as it came to him. As Finson's attempted clearance is blocked there by Kiel. So there'll be 4 minutes of time added on then. Well, going by Borussia Dortmund the other day, that's plenty of time to find a winner. He scored 2 goals in the final minute. Is one of these teams going to grasp the nettle? I wonder. The referee here just signalling he wants to chat with someone. It would appear as though it's Maloney, and he's dished out the red card. Well, no idea what that was for. We haven't seen that. It's something off the ball. Well, Maloney is furious. He can't believe that he's been shown straight red here. Papadopoulos trying to escort him from the field. Wow, that is drama at the end of this game. Not goal scoring, but disciplinary. As we see Maloney sent off in stoppage time. He's been excellent in this game. That's his second red of the season. Well, let's have a look here. Wow. Not sure what that was all about as the ball comes in. It looks as though it could have been for something he said. Leonard Maloney. We will perhaps never know. He kicked the ball away. That's a yellow card offence. Perhaps something stronger came out of his mouth. As we've still got 2 minutes of time added on here. So it's 1-1, but Dortmund ending the match down to 10 men. Looking to survive here. It might be an onslaught from Freiburg. Maloney has been excellent with those blocks and tackles in his own area. He's also very good at organising the defence back there. As here is a chance perhaps for Freiburg from the edge of the box. Looking for a sweeping shot. And just pulling it wide. I think it was Wagner in the end who had the attempt. As Freiburg looking to run down the clock now with a late change. Leopold, who scored the penalty that made this 1-1, is coming off. Brown to replace him. Oh, the final few seconds here before the full-time whistle. 1-1. It looked as though Borussia Dortmund were going to go and win it. Scoring early on in the game and dominating the first half. Tigges with the opener after 5 minutes. A great goal there. But it's been a game of two halves with Freiburg controlling this second half more and getting a deserved equaliser 9 minutes into the second period from the spot before Leonard Maloney was controversially, in my view, sent off in stoppage time. A straight red card as the full-time whistle goes. It is 1-1 here in the Dritte Liga. Enjoy the rest of the action over the weekend and we'll see you next week. Take care from me. Enjoy your weekend and goodbye.